Pastafarians, it's me, Schizophrenic H. We're just listening to Derek and the Dominoes and their classic Layla.
Mm-hmm.
Written, of course, about the same woman that Something was written about, if you can believe that. She just walks around like she's not, like, a demigoddess muse or something.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, this is, what day is today? Thursday?
Thursday. It is.
We're not supposed to be doing anything today.
Nope. My thing was canceled.
Oh, you skipped jury duty, eh?
Uh-huh.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's Thursday.
So we're gonna stream.
The 7th.
Yeah. So,
Who are you?
Oh, who am I? I'm Schizophrenic Mitch.
You are?
Who am I? I'm Schizophrenic Mitch.
That's right. Fuck yeah.
I'm your fucking big brother. And I love you more than anybody.
Oy.
I'm joking.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a little bit of comedy there. A little bit of insider humor there. But here we are in the Safe Word Studios.
Yeah.
I tweeted yesterday and I tweeted again today. Yesterday someone was talking to us in the comments of, in our replies on Twitter.
Oh, to that tweet you did yesterday?
Yeah,
Okay.
and they were listening to us and commenting over there, and
Oh.
so we sort of had a communication breakdown.
Yeah.
Baby, communication. So, you know,
Mm-hmm.
fucking growing pains. But he was very gracious about it afterwards, and I was like, "Hey, dummy," and he's like, "Hey, don't call me dummy," and I was like, "Oh, I didn't call you dummy. Sorry." Yeah.
That's funny.
So hopefully that person will come by.
Cool.
Put their Christian questions in the comments here. Meridian Heights is here. Hello, Meridian Heights.
Hi, Meridian.
He says, hello, Pastafarian friends. I've got some steam coming out of my ears from following political bullshit too closely. You know, I feel like I have been having this problem lately as well.
Mm-hmm.
That I've been watching a little bit too much news, you know. Like,
Yeah.
I found myself just watching news and being like, what the fuck am I doing this to myself for?
Yep.
I could use some cheering up. Hit me with some good jokes if you've got them. When I was a kid, when I was 10 years old, my favourite joke was the string that goes into the bar. You know that one?
Uh-uh.
String goes into the bartender's there, oi, we don't serve your card here.
Mm-hmm.
The string goes, aw, and he walks out, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's in the street sort of thinking and moping. Meeping. And then he goes, I have an idea. And so he ties himself all up, and he messes up his hair, and then he walks back in. And the bartender goes, oi! Aren't you a string?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy goes, no, I'm afraid not. That was my favourite one when I was a kid.
But did he get served?
Yeah, bitch. Yeah. After you deliver a punchline like that, everybody goes, ah! And then they just let him drink there. You know, that's the point. Yeah. You're one of us now, matey! Yeah, it's kind of like that. That's how all bars work, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I thought they worked when I was 10. Of course, continues Meridian Heights, I'm so steampunk that steam comes out of my ears when I'm not angry.
Ha!
Damn.
Rad.
Yeah. Dude, I hear steampunk is having another moment.
A revival?
I mean, not a revival, but because, like, we thought it was just a momentary thing of, like, steampunk, bahaha, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but then it turns out to be, like, rockabilly, you know, like,
Oh.
you know, like the death rockers in the 90s. And
Yeah.
and those are just moments, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really see a lot of goths around. They've, like, turned into something else, but that thing's, like, a bit more permanent, you know. Like, furries, too, we're like, okay, and then it's like, furries stuck around, we're like, okay, and, like, so did steampunk, I think. It just sort of was like, no, this is a thing now. I'm like, oh, alright. Yeah, I like steampunk.
I do too.
Yeah. I was thinking, speaking of Meridian Heights' dick, I was thinking about how he's a nudist. My dad's a nudist, and I got a real problem with nudity. Personally. Like, my own nudity.
Mm-hmm.
Because of how I have a lot of tattoos of a sexual nature. So, you know, me in the nude is a very sexualized thing.
Uh-huh.
So I personally have a problem with nudity. I don't have a problem with nudists or anything like that. I have a problem with my own personal nudity because I don't have a non-sexualized nudity, you know? Like, that's the sort of argument is like, cool, we're not, this is not sexual, we're just nude. And they're like, cool, I'm absolutely sexual when I'm nude. I'm not like that.
So we go to swingers clubs instead of...
So I go to fuck around clubs, I go to orgies and shit like that, that's right. Yeah.
Where they also are nude.
Because everyone's like, no, but you don't understand. Like, none of these people are fucking sexual candidates. And they're like, well, I am. I mean, I'm a sexual candidate for all these people. It's not true for me. Yeah, anyway. So that's why I don't really get nudism. I'd rather just go to orgies. And I don't want to make everybody uncomfortable with all this shit written all over my dick here. It's kind of rude.
Yeah.
No offense or anything. Feeling better already. Maybe. Could be. Because maybe we're telling jokes.
Yeah.
That's right.
I totally get the freedom that nudists feel, because I feel that walking around at these sex clubs, because I can dress as slutty as I want and no one's going to be, oh, you slut, get out of here. So I feel that same kind of freedom.
To be yourself instead of to be
and whatever
disguised.
that flavor is, I get to go do that, you know?
Yeah, and my very beloved father is a nudist, and it's one of the things that is like, oh, okay, cool, good for you. I'm glad you are. Like, that's the point is, like, I was hanging out with my kid the other day, and he's going to this class where these history fucking nuts are, like, doing bullshit debates, and, like, they're pretending like it's the coolest thing around, you know? And you know, it's not. But it's their thing, and that's cool, you know? Like, people who play, sports, you know? They're like, listen to my sport. We have this tool, and we use it to hit this ball over this thing. Isn't that the greatest sport ever? And like, it sounds as arbitrary and stupid as any sport, right? This is the thing. You can't touch it with your hands. Like, yeah, that's stupid. It's a dumb idea. So it's this really arbitrary game they play, and then we're like, oh yeah, we don't like this game. And then they're like butthurt about it. Like the thing is, you can have your games. You know, you can do the things you do, and that's cool. And then when you like get offended because other people are like, oh, I'm gonna go do my thing. It's not just a game anymore,
or they're
right?
not interested in your game. Like, seriously, you gotta be playing that game because you like it. What the fuck is going on?
So yeah, I find that because I've been to my dad brought me down. He's like, check out this new place. I think you'll like it. And okay, and you know, went down and checked it out, and a lot of people sort of like were like talking to me about like, this is a great one. You really should come here, and you should bring your kids. And I was like, I think we're not into it, and like it just sort of really hurt their feelings. Like it was just a hard thing to say, right? I'm like, I think I'm not. And they're just like, oh, like it's like, oh, you don't like me? And it's like, no, that's not what I said at all. And so, you know, I don't know why we tie our own fucking self-worth into these clubs that we're in. When especially because
that's
they're
what
arbitrary.
Schools do. That's what these counselors are trying to do to our kid currently. They're like, it'll be good for him. Give him something to tie his self-worth into. It's like, gross.
Yeah. We're talking about self-worth here, and because yeah, if you perform well in a club, you'll know you're a cool person and people will like you. You'll know you're worth something. That's not a very good one, you know, because what if you're just really bad at something you like to do? What if I love magic, you know, doing magic and being all like, look, I made it disappear, right? I love the idea of it, I love hanging out with it, I love watching it. I'm just not great at it, right? Like, I know it, I know how to do it, and then I tried to do it, and I'm just like, I saw it, and I'm like, sorry. I gave it away. That's fine, right? Like, I can still have self-worth and be bad at the thing I like, you know what I mean? But, like, no, you can't, right? Because all of your worth, that's what they do. They're tying it in. It's like, okay, you're good at volleyball. Here, go do volleyball. And, like, no, your self-worth shouldn't come from what you're good at. Because you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know who the fuck you are. You don't know what you know that nobody else knows. So, in kind of the same way of, like, I'm hanging out with, we've got this writer, okay, that we're working with on, like, spec, you know? So he's getting a percent of the things that we deliver, so he's like, it's really a nice thing that he's doing, because we're paying him nothing up front, so, you know. But the problem that we're talking about, the problem I have is that, like, I'm just telling me jokes all day long, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, some of them are funny enough to just make me laugh and stop and take a moment and be like, oh shit, I just told myself a really funny joke and these fucking assholes are just walking on like, anyway, right? You're not invited. So I have to stop and laugh. But most of the time they're just jokes. I don't check to see if they're funny, I don't even listen to them, right? Mm-hmm. I'm just doing jokes. Because that's what I like. I like just doing jokes over and over and over in my head. I don't know which ones are good. I don't care. Right? I just do them all in a row, get them all done. Maybe kind of like in a crossword puzzle, right? It's like, which of those clues were fun, right? Which of those clues, when you figured them out, were like, oh, that's cool. Maybe one or two in the whole thing, but you've done them all, right?
Right. Yeah.
Right. One or two amused you enough, and then you did them all, and a lot of them were dumb and stupid and boring. Yeah, those are the jokes going on in my head. So, I can't edit them. I mean, I can't
discern.
Yeah, I can't take that and whittle it down to the sort of best jokes that Mitch tells to himself. I can't. I don't know which ones are good at all. I have no idea. You don't know what you're good at. You know, like, you don't know what you look like at all. And, you don't know what people like about you. So that thing that you think that is the best thing about you is totally not. You're very wrong. You know, like, it's this other thing that you're like, oh yeah, I just accidentally do that or whatever. You know, like, no. So don't worry about what you think you're good at, right? And don't be like, that's why I'm worth something to these people. Because your worth comes from your uniqueness. Like, we need a man on each hill sort of thing, you know? And we're yelling across at each other, here's what I see. Okay, I'm looking out. So all you've got to do is occupy your spot, is all you've got to do. And you're very, very worthy. Like, you're useful, and you're worth something, and you're helpful.
And you're unique.
And if you're unique.
Yeah.
And you are, as much as you let yourself be.
Correct.
As much as you don't stop it.
Stop conforming.
Yeah, as much as you don't try to be who they're telling you to be. And you just be you. Right? Like, so your self-worth, you just believe that people are worth something that you don't. Like, you don't have a self-worth. You have a humans are valuable, and I'm a human. That's what you have.
Yeah.
And you either value humans or you don't. And if you don't, oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't deserve any self-worth then. Fuck you. If you hate humans. Humans are rad, you know?
They are.
And you're one of them, and you're a unique human who's moving into a place that a human has never moved before. Like, into a very new space.
Yes.
No one's been to tomorrow yet. And we're all about to go. Right?
Yeah.
We're all about to see it together. Like a brand new fucking Christmas. You know what I mean? We're gonna get in this fucking time machine. We're all gonna close our eyes. We're gonna wake up and we're like, ah, fuck! Here it is. A brand new fucking day. No one's ever been here. Everything's started over. And we need a man on each hill during that fucking day. So get on your hill, fucking raise your eyes, and tell us what you can see. And you have value, right? Like, that's super valuable. To the society. The society should value. That's not really self-worth, though, is it? I mean, you gotta come up with your own self-worth, I guess. I don't know. Tell yourself jokes.
Yeah, play your life like a Sims. And you'll find you're having a good time when you allow yourself to have a creative space, a learning space, a friend space. You know what I mean? Like, giving yourself, watching these bars and making sure you're taking care of yourself. Like, oh yeah, of course I'm worth all of this.
Of course I am.
Exist. I'm here right now. I'm alive. That's all it needs to be.
I am a participant.
Mm-hmm.
That's valuable. More participants in the conversation. Anyway. I can't be talking about all this shit yet. We gotta do all our stuff we've got to do.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
We fucking blew it.
Forgot the prescription.
Prescription medications. Also, just you know, as an update, we did get some more of this loratadine.
Yeah.
So let's see how this shit works. This is pretty good, eh?
And now that it's over, I'll never be sober. I couldn't believe, but now I'm so high. And now that it's over, I'll never be sober. I couldn't believe, but now I'm so high. But now I'm so high. But now I'm so high. What's your problem? 'Cause I know it's hard sometimes. Baby, just give it some time. Oh, honey, now, girl, we can solve them. If you'll just give me some time, I can open up your mind. If you let it shine, you can free your mind. 'Cause I know. Something wonderful to me. Oh, honey, now, girl, give it one night. If you'll just give it a chance, loving you is not my plan. 'Cause I know one day you'll see all the things that we can be. Oh, no, no, no. And now that it's over, I'll never be so. I wanna be the only one. So high, and now that it's over, I'll never be so done. But now I'm so yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Nobody knows I was coughing like crazy.
Oh, I see.
Don't give it away, please. It's like the secret of like a radio show.
Of the mute button.
Yeah, you just push this and then nobody can. Oh shit! Unless it doesn't work. So anyway, welcome to the radio show, everybody. I'm Schizophrenic. That's Joe LaRoe.
Hi.
We are in the Safe Word Studios. We like to do this practically every other day. We like to sit in Safe Word Studios for about an hour, turn the fucking broadcast switch on, and let any Christians come by and talk to us about any of their mythological beliefs, and we can explain to them how those beliefs are making them evil people.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Hurting their lives.
Yes. So, we're going to wait a little bit longer for the Christians to get in and get all their questions in and, you know, formulate their questions. And, of course, you know, I say this often, but it's not just the Christians. It's all of these myth believers.
Yeah.
I say Christians because
any myth believer,
it's the major group of insanity around where I live. So, yeah, that's why the fucking Jesus Christ is a curse around here, because he's the flavor of the white people or whatever. But I'm sure that if I was raised Muslim, well, first of all, I think my head would be gone by now.
Yeah, 5 years of blasphemy. Yeah, you'd be dead already.
But but I wouldn't be like Jesus Christ. I'd be like peace be unto him about everything. That's what I'd be doing. Something like that.
That'd be your swear word instead.
So Meridian Heights is bragging about his new indica strain that he's going to be trying out.
Ooh, fun. Indica, huh?
It's very rude to all the people who live in illegal states, poor bastards.
No way. That just gets them motivated to go out and vote the people in that'll get their states legal.
Well, you're going to have to be motivated for the maximum amount of time because we just had an election. So this is the wrong time to get motivated. So let's see. Now I got to do the top of the hour walk.
Yeah.
This stream is brought to you by the Patreons. Thank you, Patreons, for your money.
Thank you.
Yeah, because this stream costs about $5 per stream, and the Patreons are paying it today. Although, not today. Like, I'm going to get it out later. And if you'd like to join them in making very quality and good faith conversationalist content, please do join us over at patreon.crazymotherfuckers.somethingswrongwithmybrain.com.
Yep, and check out our poll we have going on the projects we're going to do for the...
That's right.
Taking the money out.
That's right. And if you would like to help us set up a kiosk in a mall during the winter so that we can have a free propaganda kiosk. The Cincinnati Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monsters sent to me an epistle the other day.
Oh.
Yeah. It was some serious business, and it was like, I'd like to bring your attention to this statement in our Holy Writ that prescribes what a street preacher would put on their sign, and so, you know, I'm going to go do that bit, I think. After,
cool.
Yeah, that thing. Because in I believe it's in the loose canon, it says, have a sign that says, it shall say, free propaganda.
Nice.
So we should go do that. We should go
Alright.
follow that prescription for a minute and see how that goes. Maybe it'll change everything around once we're following the prescriptions and the.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point. Is you have to be obedient in order to receive the blessings, to reap the rewards, or something like that. If I remember correctly. Yeah. All right, so let's see. We've taken the medications. I've had quite a bit of delicious, very cherry cola from Mr. Big K. We've listened to songs. Did I already say that?
Yeah. No, you didn't
We've
say it, but we have.
Done the top of the hour walk, practically all of it.
Yeah.
So now it's time to read the questions of the Christians. No questions again, but that's okay because, haha, Christians. You think that I can't recall your questions from yesterday? I definitely can. So let's go back here. Here it is. I'm a Christian with absurd beliefs that aren't false. I would have responded to that. No, you are. Your beliefs are false. Christ did not rise from the grave. That's an absurd belief that is false. He is not alive. He's dead like Muhammad and Joe Smith and L. Ron Hubbard and John Lennon.
And there's no hell, and there's no burning in eternity for it.
Yeah, I assume that you believe in a literal hell. There is no literal hell. In reality, there is no hell. In this actual reality. Yeah, there's no place for it. There's no space for it. There's no transfer of spirit from the body to another place. There is no thing that goes from a place to another place. So that other place is not a real place. It's as imaginary as like Middle Earth or the New York that Spider-Man lives in, right? Imaginary place. So no, you're not. You're a Christian with absurd beliefs that are false. I can prove it to you if you've got some time. And then it says, but you are ignoring me. Oh, this is where we got off track. No, I don't mean to ignore you. But let's see if we've got anything worth reading here. Not really. Oh, he says, I like C.S. Lewis. Okay. That's good for you. I think C.S. Lewis is like a fan fiction writer, you know? Like, good for C.S. Lewis, but he's writing for a weird universe. You know, like the guy who wrote the expanded universe for Star Wars, right? Zahn, Timothy Zahn, is that right? It's like, well, good for you, but you picked a really weird universe to do it for. You know? George Lucas is just going to come in and smash all that shit to the ground. It's going to mean nothing in a minute. Poor Timothy, I think, Zahn, who wrote all those books. Let's see. I think then there's nothing really that we talk about. Yeah, no, we just get caught in the thing. He claims that he believes only true things. And yeah, still believes the Book of Myth.
Another one that I like is there is no one way for a human. And so Jesus lied saying there's one way.
I am the way.
Yeah.
Right, there is a way for each person.
That is an evil ideology.
Yeah, it's silly to think of God as like, I made a door. I want all 22 billion of you to go through this one door. That's crazy. That's sort of a limitation. Like, a lot of other Christians are like, oh, you're putting God in a box. And like, you're the one who puts God in a box. You're the one who says it takes a blood ritual for God to fix what's wrong with you. No, it doesn't. Yeah. No, you can do it through a blood ritual if you want, but it's more a reflection of you than God, right? You're the one who likes blood rituals. So, stop. Yeah. Stop liking that. But with blood rituals, we shall wash ourselves clean of all of our guilt previous to now. Amazing. And we will then chop off the child's head and roll it down the temple stairs, and that will bring the sun back.
It will stop our drought.
That's right. That's right. But let's get an ugly goat and put all the sins on that goat and then tell it to fuck off. And then like magic, we can stop feeling guilty about that shit we definitely done. Yeah, well, try to minimize the blood rituals you use to assuage your personal guilt. Because you just don't want to be responsible for what you're definitely responsible for.
Yes.
Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. I think if there was a Christian here, I think they'd be crying by now. So hopefully no Christians come upon this in the future. This is much too savage. We're just sort of like... The comedy has gotten out of hand, and it really just is a spirit of anger that has descended upon us here today. Talking so much meanness. What
does it mean?
With no place for kindness.
Maybe I don't understand your definition of mean.
Nor do I. I don't understand mean and kind. That was sort of satirical. I was doing their bit there. I was at this other thing with the kids, the neighborhood kids, right? Because I get paid to fucking schlep these motherfuckers around after school and shit. And they were at this thing, I don't know, some graduation or something, and all the like grown-ups there were wearing shirts that said "kindness is free." And I don't know if I've talked about it on the stream here. I think not.
I don't think you have.
Because when I saw it, I fucking bit my tongue, like really hard. Like fucking close that for a week. Like can't bring this up. Because fucking kindness is not free. No. It is, kindness costs what you would have said. You know, kindness costs reality. That's just insane to say kindness is free. It's definitely not. Fucking, you choose it, it gets in the way of a lot of things. It's not always the right decision. Fucking walking around being like kindness is free is some fucking dogmatic bullshit, and everyone knows the fucking dogma. Everyone knows the one and true dogma. Like, I wish that I had been the prophet that brought forward the one and true dogma. Like, holy shit, what better proof that you understand reality
right?
than to say no dogma.
No dogma.
Like I don't know of any truer
One of your
scripture.
high school genius friends has a really close thought to that. Moderation in all things, even moderation.
Especially moderation.
Yeah.
Don't fucking let that motherfucker pretend that he's out of,
And that's kind of
he's the
similar to
exception.
that no dogma
Right.
idea.
That's right. Well, sort of. Except for this one. If it said except for this one, like specifically, kind of does. I like it. I like it very good. I like it. I like it immensely. I mean, it might change the world more than the Golden Rule did. You know. I know dogma might be the best thing a prophet's ever said. Could be. What do you think about Wonders Meridian Heights? The stance that as you said, your soul goes nowhere after you die, compared to perhaps your soul has a body, like your soul, spirit, or whatever, is the larger part of us, and our body is an extension of that. That makes sense, thoughts? I hope that sort of makes sense. As sort of the idea that you, the thing that is you, is a three-dimensional projection of a more than three-dimensional being, something like the flying spaghetti monster, that we are all, that like in the Donnie Darko, where everyone's sort of center and they become the noodle, and it's like that is, we are now seeing a sort of four-dimensional representation of what's always there. We are that spaghetti monster. Yeah, absolutely, right? But that is the point is, what are we calling the ocean and what are we calling the wave? And what are we, right? Like, the wave that's happening now and crashing now is not the wave that crashed before, even though it's the same ocean, it's the same water, it's the same
shape sometimes.
Yeah. It's a different wave. It calls itself by a different name, and it doesn't identify with that other wave, and it doesn't share its memories or values or anything. And so, if there is a thing in us that different
Extends on, or
yeah, but different to how to our subparticles do. Like I exchange atoms all day long, right? Like I revitalize this body every 7 years or something with entirely new material or something like that. So in a different way than that you know, I am given breath and energy, and then that energy will go give breath to something else. Well, that's fine, but that's not me. And that being doesn't believe itself to be me. And I have no say over that, and it have no say over me. Like, we are separate waves. I identify as the wave, right? Like, even if you are a ghost that goes on and live forever, you know, that ghost doesn't think of itself as you. You're the only thing that does.
right.
When this is over, you are gone. A-U. And that is the us that is us.
An AU.
And why identify with anything except for the thing that is that? Like why do any of those other entities or parties or claimants get to say whatsoever.
Definitely.
Right?
Because this is what's going on.
Because they're the eternal one and I'm not, right? So fuck off and let me have my turn and you can have it when I'm done, right? You get it forever after I'm done, isn't that right? And I'm the fucking Mitchell. And you guys aren't going to call yourself Mitchell, you never did, you never will, so I'll just be Mitch, right? Anyway. That sort of, yeah. I think, as far as like a brotherhood idea that I got from a Heavenly Father, you know, it was nice to look around at the people and think of them as very close siblings. And so to think of myself as a noodle of flying spaghetti monster and everybody else an equivalent, like these metaphors and ideas that point out the equivalence of the experience that I'm having and that everybody else is having are very, very valuable. And I think, yeah, the beauty of watching us all walk around and then seeing flying spaghetti monster there in us is as transcendent as any of the brotherhood metaphors that I received in any of the cults I belong to. It really is a tool toward empathy, a step toward it. And the more you collect, the more you just accidentally empathize with fucking everything, you know? Yeah. And that's a great thing, walking around accidentally empathizing. Like, whoops! I just empathized with that animal there. Yeah. Now I have to give a shit. Yeah, that's not generally a bad thing. I mean, it might get in the way of your fucking real life job. You might go, oh, well, I can't because I'm on a schedule. I'm being paid. So then you'll feel guilty about that, but you know, all you got to do is quit your job for Bob.
Quit your job to save the planet.
Quit your job to save the planet. And then come on by the Pastafarian commune where we're growing a bunch of weed, eh? You know when you get weed and like you're grinding it up and like bling, out comes like 6 fucking seeds. Man, that's fun. And you're like, I'm gonna fucking grow you bitches.
I'm germinating you.
I'm gonna put you in a jar and make you fucking germinate pretty soon. But today is Thursday. And so Thursday's the day where I gotta really fucking take it seriously and be like, oh shit, I gotta do my job on Friday. So, that's today. It's time to fucking serious up.
Gather our wits.
Gather our wits about us. Start writing notes. Seeds, they still make those? Sometimes, yes. Generally, they pretend that they don't. If you go back and you're like, hey, I got some seeds in that ounce, they're like, oh, jeez, oh, really? Oh, what? I've never heard of that. Like, ah, right. Yeah. So, still here in Colorado, we get some sort of seedy stuff. And I think that comes from, that everyone's still growing it too fast, right? No one's still sort of shunted it down into a couple gears real slow and then, like, a long cure. Like, no one's doing it yet. It's all just fucking get it out there as fast as possible.
Yeah, production is max.
Right, and so I think that a lot of the methods they use to service that idea cause the plants to be like, I don't know what I'm doing! And accidentally put some seeds in there. Very stressful on the plant, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've only successfully grown a couple little baby plants, you know. I only got high a couple times off shit that I've grown myself. Just a couple times in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your skills are growing, though.
Yeah. It was just a humble brag is what I was doing there.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. I was actually being like, get this, motherfuckers, I've grown my own weed. La 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 la.
I see.
I got fucked up on shit bitch. I grew. I know.
It's not fair to do to those that aren't legal yet.
Oh, it's definitely not. It's messed up. It's a messed up thing. But, you know, come on down to Colorado. And also, while you're here, vote for me. Because I'm running for everything in Colorado. And, America. And the world. Can I run for anything in the world?
That'd be great.
That would be great. Let me know, the world. What positions I'm eligible for. I'm running. Write me in, people. You can write Schizophrenic Mitch. You can write Mitch. You can write FSM. You can write Pastafarian Prophet. Schizophrenic Mitch.
The one true cult TM.
The one true cult. Alt 025. What was it? 0125. Alt 0153. Yeah. All right.
Is it 0 or O?
0.
0.
0153 on the numpad. Well, I'm gonna go see if I can troll someone on Twitter, and while I do that, let's listen to this right here.
Hey. Good to see you. Come on in, let's go. Yeah! Let's go! Alright, okay. Alright, okay. Return to the Mac. Get on what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit. Me get up. First shot, hip strut walking. A little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious. Somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, y'all can't copy yet. Bad moonwalking, and this here is our party. My posse's been on Broadway, and we did it all way. Chrome music. I shed my skin and put my bones into everything I record to it. And yeah, I'm on. Let that stage light go and shine on down. Got that Bob Barker suit game and Plinko in my style. Money, stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds. But I do that to pass the torch and put on for my town. Trust me, on my INDEPENDENT. This hustling, chasing dreams since I was 14 with the 4-track bustin'. Halfway across that city with the back crush shit. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give that to the people, spread it across the country. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give it to the people, spread it across the country.
Here we go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Here we go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
Nah, can I kick it? Thank you, yeah, I'm so damn grateful. I grew up really wanna go fronts, but that's what you get when Wu-Tang raised you. Y'all can't stop me, go hard like I got an 808 in my heartbeat. And I'm eating at the beat like it gave a little speed to a great white shark on shark week. Raw, time to go off, gone, deuces goodbye. I got a world to see, and my girl, she wanna see Rome. Caesar make you a believer, nah, I never ever did it for a throne. That validation comes from giving it back to the people. Now, sing this song and it goes like, raise those hands, this is our party. We came here to live life like nobody was watching. I got my city right behind me. If I fall, they got me. Learn from that failure, gain humility, and then we keep marching.
Can we go back? This is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
So we put our hands
Hello there, Pastafarians. Welcome to the last segment of today's radio show. We will talk now for a bit, get as off track as we dare, and then wrap it up and fuck off.
Sounds good.
Because again, no Christians have come being like, but how do you refute this evidence for the reality of the Bible? Again. So, yeah, you know, if you belong to any Christian magazines or anything with advertisements in the back, you know, send us some information. We'll try to send out the message. Come on by, Christians. We've been waiting. You know, you said you were everywhere and you were always going to speak up for Jesus, and it's really taking you a long time to find this place where that's what we're looking for. Mm-hmm. So, I guess that's our fault, you know?
Of course.
Mm.
And also, yes, it is.
Oh, wow. Ouch. Well, I guess I'm totally dominating the chat today. Nice to have the two of you all to myself. What a pervert. Generally, we charge $2,000 for that. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I guess if there's no Christians around, you just get it for free. Yeah, so, I guess, you're calling the shots then. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
By the way, thanks for the very awesome response to my last question. Like, the one I just did? Yeah, you're welcome.
No, the one about the noodles and Johnny Darko.
Johnny Jarko. Donnie Darko.
Damn.
Dorky Dicko.
Dork mill.
No, dumb face. So, alright, let's see if I have any notes here. Nope. No notes. Shit, I can't have that tomorrow. I gotta fucking get on the business. I gotta learn to do the business and do the business.
Well, let's look at the themes this week. Maybe we'll come up with notes for tomorrow.
Yuck.
Oh.
Let's do that during homework later. Can't do that on the stream. That's so fucking boring. Like, I wanted to fucking turn it off when you said that. Jesus. Now I'm sad about how sad reality is. And how boring homework is. So, yeah, there's these, there's a lot of, atheists around in the sort of Denver area. A lot of post-religious, really pissed motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are really cute dudes. Just I don't know how that worked out. But, they're all, like, hanging out together now, and, like, they're, like, cooperating and attempting to boost each other's signal or whatever. So I'm gonna go see if I can go be one of the Denver boys, the Denver atheists.
Cooperate.
I'll be like, hey guys, I'm not always as mean, can I be part of your club? And then I'm gonna try to see if we can get an editor editing our shit together. Because I'm talking about Mr. Atheist and Chris Shelton. I follow them on like Twitter and stuff. I've been following them for a while, and they've started doing things together. It's very cute.
Yeah.
Collaborations, and they're being super flirty about it. And so they do all their editing, right? And Chris Shelton's like a PR guy before the thing, right? Isn't he? So like they do a lot of work. So I'm like, I think that maybe we can offload a lot of this work to like some fucking college kids. So I think we can organize, get a union going. I'm gonna be approaching them this winter, see what they think about that. The atheist commune or something. So yeah, I'm drafting the letter now. If you're good at writing, because right now it just starts like, hey yo bitches. Yeah.
Burp.
That's right.
Added in. You gonna do a video message?
And I would if it didn't take so much editing. This is the video message, Joe. I'm doing it right now. Hey, assholes!
I wanna play.
Yeah, we need to get an editor together. We need to, like, sort of get some lights in the studio, right? They all do, though, like, right? They've got their studios set up. Yeah. Maybe we should go together on like a red, one of them red cameras. We can shoot in 4K or whatever, or a 3D camera.
Ooh.
Or maybe you should guys come out and fucking street preach with me. No, that's a joke. I've been thinking about street preaching. It has been so fucking long. I'm thinking to myself, am I still even a street preacher? Does this even count as a street? If no Christians walk by, which they're fucking determined not to do,
That's a really good point.
Yeah, I don't know if this even counts as a street anymore. Because the NSA fucking took us all the way off the street. Thanks a lot, NS fucking A. I was in a group of people the other day. A large group of adults. About like 60 of us, because it was like this. There were kids doing a thing, and we were talking about Syria, and someone was like, "Syria or Saudi Arabia?" Was it Syria or Saudi Arabia? They said out loud. And everybody's phone went ba-dink.
Really?
Because every phone thought that they said Syria.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's
Yeah,
funny.
really, really funny. And it reminds me of this scene in this movie that I'm making, where
And then you just got to witness it.
right. So let me tell you this scene because I need to get it out there before it gets stolen. I need to tell you what it is because it's just gonna be reality. Right now it's maybe like a week and a half ahead, but pretty soon it's gonna be way, way, way behind. But like. So the movie that we're working on, I don't mean to give any spoilers, but we're working on the Schizophrenic Mitch movie, right? The like story of like how I got here, where we're going, what happens next, in the sort of Wayne's Worldy sort of way, right? And so it's the story of me and Joe, and it's telling our it's not the propaganda side of things. It's sort of focused on the pornography side of things and our struggles to bring a feature length. A pornography film through the process of production, and so there's there's 3 beats in it where I talk to Alexa, right, and one of the beats in it is the setup beat is like I take it from an idea from Sips. Sips is always fighting with Alexa on his stream, right? That's a really funny joke. So I'm just gonna lift that because fuck you, right? And so I call mine computer in the story, and so I'm talking to the computer and like I get the computer to play music. And then into the sort of middle of the story, the 2 characters are very desperate, very sad, and things are not going their way, right? In the second act, things have totally fallen to pieces, and they're just really out of money in a laundromat, and they're just really depressed. And so I just call out, Alexa, play a song, and then, other people's phones play songs against their will, and we're listening to music, because there's people around and they can't control their phones. And then the third time it comes up is, we're being followed. In the third act, we're being followed by the NSA, and, we're trying to figure out who's on our tail, who's the NSA, and so then we really loudly yell, Alexa, play some rock and roll thing at full volume.
One that just starts instantly.
Yeah, it starts with loud music, and then a bunch of people grab their ears, and we know who the NSA is,
squeal off.
and we run away from them. That's right. So that's in the script. There's 3 sort of calling out and using the 10 million phones around you, and just talking to them like they're there is a really easy thing to do, and for some reason nobody's doing it, right? Because you can in any supermarket situation, you can just raise your voice and say, Alexa, play Pretty Pimpin' by Kurt Vile. And 4 phones will do it for you. So, yeah, that happened to me in real life. I was writing it down and putting it in my script. We're working on this thing. And then
it happened.
And then in real life, everyone's phone was like, Siri, what were you saying, Siri? No, Syria, shut up. Okay, so.
That's funny.
That's funny. Real life is following art. Flying Spaghetti Monster's laughing at me again. So, we're going to have to do another fucking exorcism, another banishment. Tomorrow. Get the fuck out of here, you motherfucker. Telling your jokes. Your personalized jokes. There's no reason for that to happen at all. Except for Flying Spaghetti Monster say to me, I know you're in the most boring meeting that you've ever been in, but don't worry, it will be over, maybe. Someday, this will all be over. You won't have to be in this meeting right now. But anyway, Pastafarians. Pastafarians in the future watching us, and Meridian Heights watching us right now.
Yeah.
Show's over, motherfuckers! So thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's gonna be very, very, very serious. If you need to bring your friends and be like, no, if you want to feel the noodly appendages of Flying Spaghetti Monster, I've got a guy that delivers fucking 80% of the time, man. He's gonna fucking nail it again, hit it out of the park, and then you'll be like, oh shit, something going on here. They know something. And we're telling it too. It's not that we know something we're not telling. No, we're being very clear about what we know. Golly.
Yep.
Golly gosh. So follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter. Thank you again to our Patreons who brought us this thing. Show's over, so I get to do the advertisements and it doesn't hurt anyone's feelings because it's show's done. It's not like I'm making you wait for content. Through the advertisements, which is a shitty way to do it.
Yeah, save it to the end.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm telling these people, they're like, no, you have to do it up front because they're all like captive audience. Like, that's not a nice thing to do to them. They're like, top of the hour. I'll be like, oh, do it at the end. End credits, bitch. That's what you get. So yeah, Patreon, Twitter, Instagrams, Facebook, and I think that's all. Send us messages. Oh, there's a Amazon wish list somewhere. Spronzel? I don't know. I can't remember all the names. And yeah. See you fuckers tomorrow for serious business tomorrow. Get serious tomorrow.
Is there anyone home? Come on now. I hear you're feeling down. Well, I can ease your pain, get you on your feet again. Relax. I'll need some information first. Just the basic facts. Can you show me where it hurts? There is no pain, you are receding. A distant ship smoke